Welcome, welcome.
We actually have a few followers already.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
neat.
Not many, but people are watching our videos.
I'm on the stream right now watching us.
You're watching us?
You're
Yeah, I'm
watching.
watching.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
watching
watching us.
everything.
You pervert. Can't believe you're watching us.
well, that's
Oh.
Esther.
All right. You guys were heading out to the Green Mill where Alphonse Capone has his mob headquarters. And I'm just going to say that you guys arrived safely without any incidents, and you're within at least one city block of the joint. And it'll be up to you guys what you want to do. Also, for
Wait,
anybody
we
who happens,
We saved Seth, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Okay, good.
yeah, Seth is with you. Remember?
And he
That's
told
right.
us what happened.
Mhm.
His
We
friend-
also got Sam and Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Winchester, you got to add in Winchester.
And now we're trying to go find your dad, right?
Yeah, and Lane and Roman King or King Roman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always
Mostly
getting
my
this
father.
Remember, it's King first. We're
King
not
Roman.
We're not related. Maybe
I don't
you guys
know.
are related.
You might be. He's
Really.
an
No,
elf.
his
What if he's last name first?
King Roman.
can't be like this, Nicholas. I'm not related.
All right, and for anybody that happens to be watching this video now or later, welcome to our guest player, Ruin, right?
Yep.
Ruin. All right, you guys are on the block. It's getting towards evening. I don't know if you wanted to wait until dark from the last game session, but I know it was getting towards evening when you left.
Well,
And it's almost nightfall by the time you get there.
what do you guys think? Nightfall?
Oh, we already headed out, right?
Yes,
So
yeah, you knew it was going to be nightfall. I'm just reconfirming. That's all.
yeah, I mean
Okay.
we're already.
Okay. From your vantage point, wherever you happen to be along the street, which you blend in, there's still people walking up and down the street. It's probably about 7 p.m. in the evening. You do see two men who are more than likely armed standing out in the front entrance. There's stone steps that lead up to these two big double doors. You see the big green mill sign out there. And everybody who's anybody knows this is a pretty much an underground speakeasy. There's also rumors that there's like underground tunnels, escape tunnels for mobsters to escape whenever there's a raid. And you half suspect there's probably a good number of thugs that operate out of this place. The entire top floor is basically sequestered by Alphonse Capone himself and his top leaders.
So our goal going in right now is more so free the prisoners than really get the torque. The torque's a bonus, right, guys?
Yeah, the main objective
Yeah.
is prisoners.
My thing is that if we run into Alexander on site,
On site. Okay.
Seth tells you from what he heard from the gang of thugs that were holding him that they mentioned something about a wizard or Al Capone's wizard being present.
We got to be careful of the room, that room, if there's more rooms like that in the future. Where Nicholas, you just passed out. Gotta
so
be careful.
don't enter a room that has a rune on the door.
Yeah.
Or just be
Yeah.
cautious of surroundings before you enter in any place.
Or make your saving throw.
Yeah. Just take your saving throw, unlike me.
Okay. So looks like there's any guards out front.
Yes, I just told you that.
Oh,
There's
We
two
walked
guards out front. And as
last
you're talking, yeah, as you're talking, you see a third man come walking out. And he lights up a cigarette. Looks like he's in conversation with the other two as they're looking around.
Is there any alleys right on the other sides of the building?
Not really. It's not like it's not in the loop. Let's put it that way. So you don't have tall buildings all over the place. This is a pretty nondescript small hotel, about 4 stories up. And
Okay.
there's small buildings next to it. Yes, there's alleyways, but they're wide open alleyways.
Hmm.
so we can either walk right into the front, be like, hey, where's Al Capone? And maybe we could strike a deal, or we go in murder frenzy.
Or can we like just sneak in? Is there any chance of sneaking in? Like
Seth,
breaking no.
Seth says, I half suspect that they're going to know your guys' faces on sight.
No, they're definitely gonna know, because last time I went to a building, they were just like,
I don't
Come on
think
in.
sneaking in's really gonna work because
Well-
I'm assuming there's also guards inside the door once we get in there. So even if we somehow slip past these 3, there's gonna be more right there.
Seth says, remember, they've been following you for a long time now. Keeping track of your progress.
okay,
Mhm.
so just go in.
Mm. I mean, that's
Oh.
what we did last time.
Oh, Nicholas, you notice the third man that walked out into the front is one of Capone's lieutenants, Jack McGurn, also known as Machine Gun McGurn.
Okay, so he's gonna recognize us immediately.
And you know, he tends to be very violent in his pursuits.
You know what? I'm gonna do something completely insane, guys.
I do.
What are you gonna do? Are you saying that
I'm-
aloud as in character?
Yes,
Or hang out.
I did say that in character. I'm gonna target him with 2 of my actual power points, the lieutenant himself, with a spell based in life magic and with life and control to cause the chemicals in his brain to incite violence. So he goes into a violent frenzy.
So he goes into a violent frenzy.
Yep.
So you're going to make him go berserk.
Yeah.
2 power points.
I'm sorry. I had to laugh. That was funny.
That is a 57, which is a success.
Everybody roll initiative.
Shoot. Blah, 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 blah. Where's my thing?
Agility.
That puts you how far away from Jack McGurn? The range of your spell, 2 power points.
2 power points.
Get you a range of,
Agility plus
Isn't
26.
I'm looking at the spell table now. 2 points, that puts you within 2 meters. That's the radius. So you
Is
have to
that
be
12?
within 30 meters of you.
that's pretty far, honestly.
Yes.
There's my Google Drive.
11 for me.
12 for me.
Oh, 13 for me.
Oh, damn.
56, how much you make your roll by
For
your skill?
57 mid with synergizing, that puts me at making it by 93 against, well, 57 to 93.
Okay,
I should just pull up the calculator.
no problem.
It's a sizable margin.
It's a success. Any way you look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. You see him yell out in a rage. The 2 people he was talking to kind of like jump back a little bit. He flips his overcoat back and pulls out what appears to be a Thompson submachine gun. And he starts spraying a crowd across the street.
Oh gosh.
People are screaming. Oh. What's the highest initiative? Who got what?
I got a 13.
13?
Thomas got the highest initiative. Oh.
Okay. What are you gonna do now, Thomas?
Nicholas.
He's not attacking his own men. He appears to be attacking innocent civilians.
Look what you did, Nicholas. My gosh.
I'm gonna take my turn to in cover behind whatever vehicles or breaking line of sight to get closer to the building, but not get noticed.
Oh, you want to get closer. I got you. So you're going
Yeah.
to move and take cover.
Yes.
Okay. There's plenty of parked cars, so you can find cars to get behind.
Okay. So yeah, I would just like to get closer with my turn.
That's no problem. How close are you going to get?
Um,
I imagine you're taking a full move action, right?
yeah.
So you can go in a distance in meters up to your max agility.
Distant in meters to my max agility.
Yeah, what's your agility?
My agility is 7.
So you can go 7 meters, and since you're doing a full move, which is 2 actions, you can go 14 meters.
Okay. I'll probably just go 10, putting me in a 1-point spell range. At
Okay.
the limit of the 1-point spell range of them.
All right, sounds good. Who's next, Aether?
Mm-hmm.
What was your
Mm.
initiative?
12.
12. Seth goes after you.
Mm. Ooh, I could probably.
I forgot to roll for the bad guys.
I'm going to follow Nicholas.
You're going to follow Nicholas. Okay, he's hunkered down about 10 meters away from you behind a car.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him to take cover behind the car.
Yeah, it's a black Chevy sedan hardtop.
Okay, got it.
All right, you do that. And Seth's standing there. What the hell's going on? He looks like he doesn't know what to do. Next, Easter Smith,
Holden.
I had 11, by the way.
you're next.
Me. Okay.
You're going the same initiative as Seth. Seth doesn't know what to do though, so he's delaying his action.
I don't know what to do either. I'm just gonna I'm gonna basically do what Nicholas does but I'm gonna say something like follow me, take cover while I go and try to like get closer and like find a spot to like take cover.
Okay, so you're going to take cover as well. Are you going behind the same car they're at?
Maybe like a semi-different spot, just so they have options to shoot in different directions, I guess.
Okay, so that's what you do. And you see Seth or Sam and Dean both taking cover behind a vehicle as well. In 10, you see the 2 associates standing next to McGurn. Not sure what's going on, but they begin to open up fire, one with a pistol and one also with a submachine gun at the at the crowds across the street. Yeah, random crowds. They're just following. They're following suit. He's a leader of the gang, one of the lieutenants. So they're backing him up. Not sure what's going on. So they start shooting at innocent civilians as well.
Nicholas, what have you done? You just started.
Didn't say I was gonna do something crazy. Didn't work out how I was hoping it would, but something happened.
Do you have to roll again?
I think they were the last people. Sam and Dean took cover too. They're following suit with what you guys are doing. And I'm just determining how long that spell is going to last on. Okay, 2 rounds. All right, new round, roll initiative.
Rolled 6 again, so
8.
13.
I got 12 again.
Okay. Nicholas, would you say you had 13 again?
13 again.
13, you're up.
I'm gonna use 1 point from my ring to use life and control to force one of the guards, one of the guy with the pistol, to point and fire his gun at the back of the lieutenant now.
1 point.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
22 against the 93.
22 against the 93. Force and control, you said?
Uh, life and control.
Life and control. How are you synergizing with life?
The life is causing the interacting with the body itself, the muscles in the body.
That's more of a healing discipline. You can't really
Okay,
synergize
so-
with that, cause him to shoot somebody.
Okay.
Control works
Um,
fine, but life doesn't necessarily synergize well with that goal. You're
Okay.
just controlling his body and his actions. If you had force, that would synergize well with this type of spell.
Okay.
But you can do it with control.
Okay. So then it's an 83 instead.
Yeah. Control affects the mind, so you basically just insert a insinuation in his mind that all of a sudden Jack McGurn's his enemy, kill him. So you give him the idea to do it, if that's
Yeah,
what you plan to do.
Yes. With a 22 as my roll against the 83 spellcasting.
Yep. I'm just rolling his saving throw. Okay, you're watching the guard. He turns his pistol towards you. And then just kind of like bypasses you in the car because he's just kind of like going in an arc and puts the gun to the back of Jack McGurn's head, fires.
Okay then.
You roll the hot 2.
Oof. Okay.
Hold on a second. Now I got to figure out what the critical failure does to him.
Hmm.
Okay, he spins the gun in an arc, puts it right up to Jack McGurn's head, pulls the trigger, and you see the clip fall out of his pistol and hit the ground. Looks like the gun malfunctioned.
Damn.
Okay, that was in 13. You gonna do anything else?
No, I'll stay hunkered down, and just keep an eye on it. I won't even say anything.
Aether King, you're next,
Mm,
I think.
yeah. Let's see. How much?
What was your initiative, Aster?
8.
8. Okay. Seth and Sam and Dean go before you do.
Yeah.
Slowpoke.
The Karen, I'll be fast.
How far away are we?
Well, you're about 10 to 15 meters away. Well within spell range from your vantage point behind the car. You are also well within range of machine gun fire, although they haven't started aiming in your direction yet. They're gunning down people who aren't in undercover right now. You see a lot of people heading for cover behind cars and stuff. There's still a lot of people that are just running
So you say we're not that far away?
right and close. You're well within spell range.
Can I do an air slice?
You can do whatever spell you want. It's your turn.
Can I get the lieutenant?
You can target the lieutenant. Yes, you're well within range.
Okay, so I'm gonna slice his head off.
All right. Well, how many points you putting into it, and how are you synergizing?
Will it be force in air magic, right?
Right.
There you go. And then I'll use my PowerPoint ring for 1 point, and then 2 points for my PowerPoints.
Okay. So a 3-point spell.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Make
make your magic skill roll.
Okay. I got a 9.
A 9.
Mhm.
That's not good.
Why?
Anything under a 10 is a crit failure. Anything above a 90 is a crit success.
Isn't it reversed?
Oh yeah, you're right. You got a crit success.
Yeah, like what?
Uh-oh, I got things backwards. My apologies. That means the gangland guy had a crit success. Oh well. I thought he had a failure. That's right. Yep, 1 to 10 is crit success, 90 to 100 is crit failure. All right, well, the clip still fell out regardless. It could have been cool if I remembered right. But anyway, you had a crit success, so you cast your spell.
Mhm.
And you do max damage. And what's the max damage for a 3-point power spell? You have
Max
the chart-
damage?
Yep, do you have the chart up?
No, I don't have to go back
right.
to my gal.
I can get it.
You know, I'm gonna print out these papers.
Yep.
That'd be easier.
I just have them in the background. So 3 points, 2d6 damage. So 12 points of damage you did to the lieutenant. He tries to save and doesn't make it. So he takes 12 points of damage with your air slice. Were you aiming in a specific location?
His neck.
I should have said that prior to, but since you got a crit, we'll just say you did it. All right, you hit him in the neck. You see blood spraying out of his neck, but he's still standing. And he's yelling maniacally. It's still just his fingers on the trigger. He's just shooting people.
So he's not dead?
Nope. And he just appears to ignore entirely the damage you just caused him.
Wonderful.
Which was quite significant. He looks like he's completely crazed.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Sam and Dean still don't know what to do because you guys aren't doing anything, so they're staying undercover. Seth already had his gun out, but he's not firing or anything because he's watching you and trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to figure out what's going on as well.
Well, you
He's just
kind of Nicholas said he was going to do something, so you imagine whatever he did is causing this commotion.
Yeah, innocent lives. Great.
You see at least four dead bodies on the ground right now. Aster, you're up.
Oh, yay. Well, you know, I feel like the situation will kind of resolve itself.
Okay, so you're not going to do anything?
I'm just gonna stay like hunkered down and just kind
save
of
your
watch him like, you know, possibly die from that like attack eventually.
Well, what
And
about the
then
other two
it's like-
guys?
Seth,
Well,
yeah, go ahead. You remember you can't hold a conversation while you're in combat rounds.
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, no, that was it for me. I'm just gonna be like, "Whoop, well, didn't see that. Just gonna stay.
You're
hidden.
staying down?
Yep.
Okay, you're staying down. You're gonna do anything or say anything?
No.
All of you make an intellect check for me at this point at the end of the round.
Yeah, we do that.
Okey-dokey.
As for our
We
guest
got-
player, what was your character's name, by the way? Again, was it
Ow.
Howl? Howl, right?
Yes.
Yes. You hear a loud commotion going on. Naturally, you're still bound and gagged, tucked away in a basement room. You don't have any guards currently. You do notice that they did put or carve runes, at least Alexander did, on your doorway. You're not exactly sure what it does, but you do know it does contain magic. At this point, as you've been in here for about a week, they all of a sudden an alarm goes off, kind of like the regular sounding bell alarm you would hear at a bank if there was a robbery or something like that. And you hear shouts of something going on, and distantly, very distantly, you hear what sounds like machine gun fire going off. And you hear a lot of people beating feet down the hallway past your door.
Great. 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 Great.
Alrighty.
They're all gonna come
Um,
outside now. I guess we're having this thing outside. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Can I look around my cell?
Yeah, you've already looked around it plenty of times. Like I said, it's just a very small cubicle room that they hastily put up, very thin walls, because they were turning this entire basement into basically a brothel. So these old cubicles just have room for a bed and a table and a chair, and barely any walk room around it. And you're bound and gagged and tied up and laying on the bed.
How am I tied? Like, is it just
Your feet
my
are bound.
hands?
Yeah, your feet are
Okay.
bound and your hands are bound behind your back.
Darn. Well then.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they know how to tie people up. It would
But
probably
how
be
am
better.
I using the restroom?
They lead you there, but they keep you gagged. They lead you to the restroom. They sit you down on the toilet. You do your business. They pick you back up, bring you back to your room. Yeah.
All right. At least
At
I
no
get to
point,
keep my dignity.
yeah, at no point at no point do they untie you at all for anything. The only time you get to do anything is eat. So they do feed you. And usually when they feed you, Alexander is present. Basically to make sure you don't say anything that you shouldn't be saying.
What do we roll for intellect?
Your intellect,
Oh,
1d10
1d10.
against your intelligence, your
Yep.
base
Thank
intelligence.
you.
1d10. Yeah, for attribute rolls, it's a 1d10.
I got 3.
A 3. And
Yeah.
Esther,
A 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
4
Yeah.
out of 10.
Okay, so you all made it.
Yeah.
And you guys got 10s?
Yeah, that's how it was
No,
originally.
mine
I
is
felt
at
like
5,
everything in
so I got
intelligence.
lucky.
I'm surprised you haven't melted the building already.
I mean, I could destroy the whole building, but then I'd kill innocent people. So
Who cares? You're killing innocent people in the streets.
that wasn't
No,
me.
Nicholas is.
No, that was that
Technically, the
guy, whatever his
mafia
name
is.
is. That was that mob guy, right?
Nicholas caused this massacre. Okay.
Well, it's not like you 100% know
Technically,
that. The guy could
Nicholas
have just
has yet
probably
to kill
started
a
shooting.
human being.
Technically, you caused it to happen.
From your
Technically, your
roll,
character doesn't know that 100%.
yeah, from your intellect, you basically all of a sudden you all realize, or at least beginning to realize, that this loud commotion and the killing of innocents in the streets, you imagine the cops are going to be here really quick. And that's what your intelligence tells you. You don't really know exactly what's going on because Nicholas didn't say. He just said he was going to do something, and then all of a sudden the gang members
Would-
started shooting. So you don't necessarily think or know that Nicholas did it. I mean, you got an inkling, but you don't know for sure that it's him that's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be privy to knowledge of a back entrance to the building and where it would be, or no?
You've been in the green room before. They do have they do have a back door, yes, and a service door into the kitchens.
Okay.
Now, but we're going to go back to our guest player for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So, how were you planning to do anything?
So it's just an empty room with the
Yep, with a bed and a table and no sharp implements.
you said the walls were thin, right?
Walls
And
are
then
thin.
everyone's
Y-
occupied trying
y-
to handle whatever was going on outside.
Yeah, you heard the guard that was guarding your
So-
door, because you do know there's a seat outside your door that a guard sits in 24/7. You heard that person running down the hall along with all the other guards.
So since my legs are tied, I'm going to try and like move myself so that I'm kind of have my like feet against the wall, and I'm just gonna start slamming my feet into the wall
Okay.
next to the bed.
All right. You punch a hole through the wall with relative ease. You don't even need to make a roll. The walls are thin. It's just
Oh,
it's just a
fantastic.
thin sheet of wood laid up over some beams, makeshift wall. Just enough to
Fantastic.
give privacy to the prostitutes that operate in these rooms.
Privacy.
That's some poor privacy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They can
Well,
hear
like I said,
everything through the
I
walls.
mean, you figure they stack like 20 of these side by sides in the basement. Next thing you know, they got 20 prostitutes working, making money. That was the whole goal. Just a thin layer of
So-
privacy. So you don't even kick a hole through the wall. You kick the wall over is what you do into the hallway.
Oh, neat. Anything in that hallway, particularly something sharp?
Well, the wall now. There are nails sticking out of the pieces that you broke out, because you see the nails are what gave loose from the thin wall that they were nailed into.
Fantastic. I'm
So-
gonna work on using them to undo my binds.
All right, what's your strength?
A sad, pitiful number.
Well, make a roll on a D10, and you have to roll your strength or under.
Okay.
I feel that pitiful number.
Your might. I'm sorry, might. Might's. You're doing a might check.
I failed.
You failed. Okay, you
Uh,
can do it, but it's going to take you a number of rounds to do so. What did you roll?
My might is at a 3 and I rolled a 5.
And you rolled a 5, so it's going to take you 2 full rounds to actually dig through those ropes.
All right.
All right, so back to the other guys. All right, the end of the round, go ahead and make your initiative check.
Nine.
I rolled another 6, so 13.
13 again?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody actually beat you this time.
Thank God. I'm actually glad to not go first.
What'd you get, Aether?
Initiative. Need to roll. 7, 8, 9, 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay. Aster,
9, I think I said.
you got a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
All of you are still watching the events unfolding. You see one of the 4th floor windows. You see light coming out of all of them. All the windows are lit up. Most of them covered with curtains because they don't want outside local police looking in and seeing the illegal activities they're doing. But in this round at 15, you see a shadow move in front of one of the windows, and the curtain fling open, and you see Alexander looking out.
Oh no.
And as he's looking out, you also sense the magic emanating from him. A lot more powerful than you've noticed before, likely because of the torque that he managed to get. So you imagine the torque's in his possession, and you feel it now. So as he's looking out, you see him kind of like scan down at what the people are doing down below, and then his head jerks right to where you guys are. And then he disappears again. All right, your turn, Nicholas. You
I
sensed him, he
still-
also sensed you.
No,
I'm
not
gonna
me.
stick
I was
with this
hiding.
plan. I'm gonna say follow me and start heading towards the back entrance while taking cover with a full move action.
With a full move action. All right, so you're gonna go full move 14 meters. 14 meters will take you to just the edge of the side of the building.
Okay.
Getting there, you're gonna be in full view of, basically you gotta cross the street to get there. You're gonna be in full view of the gunman.
Well, good luck to me.
All right, Aether,
Yes.
you're up.
I want to create fog. Can I do that?
Of course, you're air mage.
Yes.
How thick it's gonna be and how big it's gonna be depends on how many points you put into it.
Let me use one of my PowerPoints. Wait, did anyone else go outside? Or is it
Outside.
just the two, or is it just the three of those guys still?
It's just the three right now. It's only been 2 rounds. So you imagine there's gonna be more people coming out soon enough. You already see movement behind windows from the shadows. So you're probably gonna have gunmen poking their guns out the windows soon too.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna create a fog.
How big you're gonna create it?
Enough to cover our surroundings, I guess. Like they're where the enemies can see.
You'll need a fairly large area of fog, probably like a 6-meter fog.
Okay,
That'll cover a good 20 feet.
so then
That's a 6-point fog.
6 points.
6 points for the radius of 6 meters.
Well, damn.
You're gonna need at least cover 20 feet to make sure nobody can see you
I
or
don't
the street
That's a
or
good
whatever.
idea then.
It was a good idea. I mean, it'll effectively blind any attackers from
I
seeing
know.
your movements or allowing them to gun down innocents. It just costs points. It's not like you don't have them.
I know, but then I'll be going into fatigue. What is it? Into
Well, of course, you cast spells that makes you tired.
yeah.
It's the same thing happens when you shoot guns or swing a sword. You get tired.
So you want me to go into the negatives already? My God,
How many spell points do you have?
I have 4 left.
You have 4 left. Plus you have a ring.
Yeah, so technically 5 then.
So you got 5 power points and you can go in the negative 1 point. But you can go to the negative 100 points if you wanted to. Just get tired.
Oh no.
Okay, I guess I'm doing the 6 points. So we'll see where this leads me. My God.
Finally.
What, really?
I
My gosh. Okay.
love that. I love that fatigue table.
I don't. Okay, I put -1 on here.
I am trying to kill your characters off.
I don't want to die. That's not my objective. Or maybe it is. I can go to sleep. Who knows?
You're not tired. I figured we'd do an all-nighter, play till like 6 a.m.
Oh, really?
Whoa,
You're up for
whoa,
it?
that's a lot.
You up for it?
No. Probably do 3 or 4 hours.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it? A
I'm
fog?
gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay, make your spell roll.
So 6 points is enough?
Yeah, 6 points is enough. It'll block all their vision, cover up the windows, so the guards that start poking their guns out won't be able to see you. You guys will be virtually able to move because you'll be out of the fog.
And they won't see the civilians either?
Right, because they're going to be in a 20-foot thick fog.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna do my roll then. I got 39.
Damn! I was hoping you crit failed.
Never. What?
That would have been double trouble.
Don't give me bad luck like that, okay?
Why not? Where's the fun?
That wouldn't be fun. My gosh, I'm already going and getting on. I'm about to go on the fatigue table, right?
Yep, you're about to do the
Multiple
fatigue table.
times.
Roll a 1d100. 1 to 100.
Again?
Yeah, because you're doing the fatigue table now.
Oh, wow. 98.
98, no negative effects.
Bless.
See, fatigue table's not so scary.
Right now it's not.
Unless you
Yep.
have my luck.
So you just cast a 6-point spell. You're at -1
You
in
see
power
that?
points.
Do you see that?
Oh yeah, 98.
No.
That was good. No negative effects.
I know.
Rolling,
Bless.
rolling high on the tables is a good thing. Okay, a thick fog instantly appears, obscuring all vision of the bad guys to your movements.
You're welcome, Nicholas. I did that for everyone. But
Yep, the
Had
fog
my back.
also obscures the front side of the building's windows and the doorway. So people coming out, whenever they come out, don't quite know when they are, but when they do, they won't be able to see. And the other good news about that 6-point spell is it's going to last.
Yahoo.
It'll be there for a while. It'll slowly dissipate through the wind, the effects of wind, but it's going to last for at least, I'm gonna make my roll, 6 rounds.
Oh, damn.
6 rounds even. I didn't get any plus or minuses on that, so it'll last for a full 6 rounds before it completely dissipates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. Aster Smith. Oh, you got a second action, Aether? Are you gonna like move? Are you gonna follow Nicholas? You see, he darted across the street, moving toward the side of the building. He also shouted out before he left that he was heading for the back entrance.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the back entrance too.
Okay, so you follow Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's your turn, Aster.
I look, I speak toward the gentlemen that are with us. Let's follow Nicholas, and I go follow.
Okay. So you charge across the street doing a full move. Okay, full move. What's your agility?
Do a 5, so average. Base average,
So you
5.
can move 10 meters in a full move. So you didn't
There you
quite
go.
make it. You didn't quite make it all the way across the street,
Okay.
and neither did Aether King because she did a combat action first. So Seth and the rest of them, they just like have their guns out and they charge across the street as well. Seth actually passes Nicholas up and plants himself up against the side of the building. Okay.
So he's fast. We passed everybody.
You know, this man
Yep.
has
And Howell
Excellent.
is continuing to wear away at the rope. New round, roll initiative.
let's go. There we go.
8.
10.
Hello.
8, 10, and what'd you get, Nicholas?
8.
Oh, you got an 8 too?
Yeah.
Man. Nathan got a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, Sam, and Dean go before all of you.
Look at that.
Seth continues his journey, although a bit slower since he sees he passed you all up, and he only does a single move action, edging his way down the sidewall, getting to the back end of the building. And when he peeks around the back end of the building, gunfire erupts, and you see wood chips splintering and chips of stone from the side of the back end of the wall. And he jerks back. Sam and Dean move up closely behind him. And now it's Aether's turn.
My turn. So am I behind Nicholas then?
Oh, you're about 5 meters away from him. He did a full move action. You just did a single move action.
Okay, so I'm gonna head towards further towards the back.
Okay, you're going to do a full move action.
Yeah.
All right, what's your agility?
My agility is 1 second. 7 plus
7.
2 it's 7.
So you can go 14 meters in a full move.
Okay.
So you reach up to where Sam and Dean and Seth are.
Okay.
And Aster and Nicholas,
Yeah.
I assume you guys are just continuing to move as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're all in a bundle at the corner of the back of the building. And you all know that Seth just took some gunfire when he looked around, when he darted around the side and he jumped back.
You said Seth did?
So he got to the edge of the back of the building and went around to like he was going to go towards the back door, and then he leaped back and gunfire riddled the stone wall behind him. So there's obviously guards in the back as well.
Gotcha.
So you guys move. Then we have another round, roll initiative. Howell, you will be free next round.
10.
9.
Aether,
I got a 9.
you got a 9?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Seth leans around the corner in 11 and fires his rifle. He's got that lever action out that you guys saw before. And hits, and as he shoots, he says, 5 guys back here. And he leaps back after he takes the shot.
Oh, nice. That's good to know.
Who was in 10?
I'm at 10.
You're next.
How badly injured does he look?
He's not injured at all.
Oh, I
Admit-
thought you said it.
They fired at him, but missed.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Um,
And he took cover again behind the wall.
so there's five dudes back there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. Where's my part? Okay, I used 2 points for my ring and 1 point for my normal points. Right? To do a 3-point spell. Let me go over here. 3-point spell. And there's like water in the area, right? That I can get a lot of water from, like a sewer or something.
Yeah, you can find water. You sense water
Right.
around the area.
I'm gonna like basically send like a wave of water back to where the people are shooting. Like if I can see like a part of the opening, I'm just gonna throw like a large wave just to
You'll have to
discombobulate them.
you will have to see them to do that.
I can't just like throw a large wave back there and just hope it discombobulates them.
You'll have to see them, and you'll have to be
Can I
able to you'll have to be able to direct the water too. So you got to see the water when it erupts from its source.
Okay. Can I safely take a little peek see?
Well, not right now because Seth is right at the corner with Sam and Dean right behind him. They're like
Right.
in the process of getting ready to peek around the corner themselves to shoot, so they're kind of in the way. You'll have to go around them.
Is there anything like reflective that I can kind of make out, like who's back there?
No, you have to be able to see. There's no mirrors nearby you can look into.
Okay, then can I use?
Just to give you an example, this building stands alone. There's a gas station next to it on one side,
Yeah.
and there's like another like business, like 1-story business complex next to it on the other side, and there's streets on either end, plus a street in the back. So everything's wide open.
Okay.
So
then,
there's not really much for cover there. On that back street, there is a car, but you'd have to run to it, and that would take a full move action on your part. Or you could just step around the corner in view and then cast your spell, which you can do, because then you'll have eyesight on the target and eyesight on the wall of water you're attempting to make.
yeah, but then they can shoot me.
Well, That's unless you knock them over with the water, then they can't shoot you.
Okay, fine. I'll try that out.
I mean, you're talking a split second action where you go behind, you already sense the source of water coming from an underground pipe. And as soon as you're in view of the target, whoosh, it's done. If you knock them all down, then they can't shoot you.
Okay. All right, I'll do that.
Okay. Too late. You took too long. Next round.
No,
Okay.
no, that's not how it works. I got a 20 out of like, I don't know, like what,
Well, no, you didn't roll anything yet because you got to tell me
What?
how many points you're putting into it, and you got to
I
tell me
said
how you're
3.
synergizing it and all that neat stuff.
Okay, 3. I said 3 points, 2 from my ring, 1 from
3 is not enough for a wave.
what? Okay, is 4 good?
Not really. The amount of water you're trying to talk about to target 5 guys, you're probably going to need at least a minimum of a 5-point spell. Because you're trying to target 5 different guys.
All right. So
So-
then I will do 2 for my ring and then 3 for my normal points.
2 from your ring and 3 from yourself.
Yeah. So that's
And how are you synergizing?
I'm gonna be using water for the water and control to control it. I mean, I'm forced to control it.
Okay. So you get a 10-point bonus to your skill.
Oh, and can I keep my roll being a 20 or no?
Yes.
Okay.
You just got to
Okay, good.
specify how many points you're putting into it before you cast. Just remember that next time.
Gotcha.
And if you're synergizing, so I know if you get a bonus or not.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember you're going against them. They have their own form of protection. So you're going to have negative modifiers.
Gotcha.
In this instance, you're trying to target multiple people. But with that
And-
roll, you are successful,
Do I have to roll for damage and stuff?
of course.
Okay. 5-point spell. So that's 5d6.
Correct.
Let's hope I kill all of them.
I'm sorry, that's not 5d6, it's 3d6.
For a 5-point spell?
Yep, 5-point spell is 3d6. Look at the spell power levels chart and the damages.
I am. I have it set as 3 points is 3d6, 4 points is 4d6, 5 points is 5d6.
It's not what I'm reading. We ran into this problem the last game too.
I changed it because of last game.
Did you? Why am I getting?
Yeah.
Why am I different? I'm looking at the same chart. Same chart says 3d6. 5-point spell is 3d6, which is deadly, which it is, especially if you roll an 18.
Oh, well, then I got to change up this whole thing again, but that's what I was told to change it to before.
I must have been looking at, maybe I was looking at your chart.
I don't know.
But
Does
yeah,
everyone else's chart say that too? Am I the only one?
we got to get rid of all the charts and just use mine.
Okay, so
To
3d6?
consolidate the charts.
I'm working on putting the book together, and I'm just gonna have to work on it a little faster and get it done for you guys.
that's 3d6?
Yeah, but I'm looking at the main chart now. I thought I was looking at the main chart the last time we were doing this, so. But yeah, 3d6 is a 5-point spell.
Okay, and there's no bonuses, just 3d6 flat.
Right. A 6-point spell is 3d6 plus 3.
Oh, that's what I had it last game at. That's the chart that I was using previously.
Yeah, I must have been looking at your chart, the one you made the last time,
Gotcha.
because the higher points is what I had it in the very, very beginning. And then I realized that was too powerful, so we lowered it.
Gotcha. I rolled a 16.
Okay. They all failed their roll already because I already made it. And you see them get washed down and they like drop.
That's good.
A huge wall of water was created by an underground pipe. Your power, the power you put into the spell, ripped the pipe from the ground, and then you had easy access to all of that water. And within moments, you had a wave that just barreled them down flat.
Yay.
You
Okay.
see one guy got hit so hard, you see his head crack into the pavement.
Oh, I
Mm,
don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see any of that.
So you're down 3 magic points
Yeah, out of
What's this?
9.
out of 9. 3, 6, 9, that's 1/3.
Oh, come on.
You know what to do.
Okay. Fatigue table. Fatigue
Good luck.
table. Okay. D100.
Yes.
I'm rolling 70.
70. If you had a weapon, you drop it. I imagine you don't have a weapon out, so.
No. Just my hands.
So your hands quiver a little bit. If you had a weapon in your hand, you would have dropped it. But the force of power that you just unleashed kind of shook you a little bit.
Gotcha.
Okay. Howl, you are almost free. You'll be free next round. You're getting to the last strands as you're vigorously trying to tear these ropes apart on a jagged nail sticking out of the board you just kicked down from the front wall. As you notice, you didn't really notice before because of all the other commotion going on, you hear like a whimpering. And as you like glance around as you're trying to break through the last strands, one, you see a group of men coming down the hall, down the stairs at the end of the hall. You see what appears to be a gunman in the front. You see Alphonse Capone himself behind him. Behind him, you see that man that you know is a spellcaster named Alexander. They see you as you're there, and as you look over your shoulder in the cubicle next across the hallway to yours, you notice your wall broke that wall down as well. And you see the wall kind of collapsed and broke apart on the bed in that room. And you see a woman, naked, bruised, tied hand and foot to the bedposts. And she's whimpering. All right. Was that everybody for the round? Aether King didn't go yet. And oh yeah, that's right. Nicholas had 8, so you didn't go yet either.
Okay, we both rolled 9s, I think.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and go first since Aether King disappeared.
Okay. I will also hop out of cover alongside Aster Smith and assess the situation. Do any of them seem moving, or do they all seem unconscious and or at their end?
Yeah, you see blood under a lot of them, except for one of them, and he's just kind of like moaning and rolling. But the rest of them look outright dead. You
Okay.
see, yeah, some other guys like in some really contorted position as he was washed up against the stone column that was supporting the overhang over the back door.
Ooh, that's crazy. I want
It
to do
looks
that.
looks like his back was broken clean.
Oh, that's crazy.
Uh, um, how far away are the people? Bodies?
Full move, full round action will get you there. Full move.
I just wanted to.
It'll get you
have
to, it'll even get you towards the back door, at least close to it. You'll be able to go through the back door next round. You make a full move this turn.
Yeah, I'll take that full move action.
Okay, so you get a miss the bodies. Where's Aether? Aether. You check see if she like got kicked. I think I heard her.
Let me see if I was messaged. Nope.
If she's still there, she's just not there. She's probably sleeping.
Well, I don't know, Nicholas, you want to give her a little call?
Is she on her phone?
I don't know.
Because she's still connected. Probably just went to the bathroom or something. Or she passed out.
That's why I said probably call her to see if we'll wake her up.
I can give her a call. I got her number. Unless she's using her phone for the connection.
We'll
Well,
find
it
out
won't
when-
it won't get rid of the connection, it'll just have a notification.
Nobody's answering.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 570
Oh no.
042.
Aether?
And her mailbox is full too. Cannot leave a message at this time. Oh, well, I guess we'll have to skip her this round. She's in a panic and hunched down on all fours next to the sidewall, crying helplessly.
Hmm.
Probably went to the bathroom is probably what it is.
Or she fell asleep because she was tired. That would be interesting.
I know, but I think that the call would wake her up.
Okay,
Okay.
Sam and Dean, who hadn't had their action yet, chase off after Nicholas. Astor Smith went already. Aether is hunched down on all fours, crying gently. And that's everybody for the round so far. New round, roll initiative.
Eight.
Oh, Howell, you can roll initiative this round as well. Your initiative is your agility plus 1d6.
7.
What'd you get, Nicholas?
8.
8. Seth got an 11. Sam and Dean 10. Seth charges up to the back door. He had to take full move action to do so, so he can't do anything else this turn. Sam and Dean also do the same thing and take up positions next to him with their weapons out, covering the door. So Nicholas, that puts you in a good position if you want to open the door because you have at least 3 guns now covering it.
Okay.
What'd you get, Howell?
You're muted.
Uh-oh,
I got 5.
you got a 5? Okay,
Yes.
so you go
Oh,
last.
your poor,
Look.
your poor
I'm
agility
level.
score.
Look, something had to be sacrificed.
Astor, what'd you get?
Oh,
Who's
I
next?
got a 7.
Who's next? You or Nicholas?
I got 7.
I forget what Nicholas got.
I got an 8, so I'm
You're
You're
next.
four.
Sam Dean and Seth already went. Aether's crying gently against the wall until she comes back.
Aether, where are you?
How many
think-
points would it take to resurrect, like to do an AoE resurrection, like necromancy spell?
Necromancy? It just
Yeah.
depends on the number of points. If there's 5 guys, you're gonna need at least a minimum of 5 points to raise all 5 of them. But that's a minimum. That means they're gonna be pretty weak zombies. If you wanted to put 5 points into one zombie, he's gonna be a pretty damn strong zombie.
I'm gonna put 2 of my personal points into one of the zombies, one of the dead drowned guards.
Right,
Probably one of the more non-contorted bodies.
right. One of the more intact ones.
Yeah.
Guy that smacked his head into the pavement is a good choice.
That's the one I'll go with then.
3 points,
2.
2 points only.
Yeah.
He won't be that strong.
3 will use up all my personal power points, and I'd like to hold on to my ring point and not have it tied up.
He's only gonna last 2 point spell, right?
That
He-
oh
he-
shit, that's only 2 rounds, ain't it?
Yeah, he's only gonna last 2 rounds.
Let's just do 3 points.
Okay, he'll
Which
last 3
is-
rounds.
A third of my points. So I'll roll on the fatigue table after this.
Okie dokie.
I'm obviously going to be using, well, doesn't fully matter what I'm synergizing with because I just rolled a 2.
There you go. Critical success. That means he gets a max number of hit points for a dead body.
Yeah, for a dead person.
That's 9. He gets 2. Not bad for a 2 point. You did a 3 point though, right?
Yeah,
So that's 9, 18, 20, 27 hit points. Stronger than the rest of you guys. For 3 rounds.
Damn.
All right, you
so he's
cast your
going-
you cast your spell and he jumps up. And
Alrighty.
you're gonna take your second action to move him through the doorway, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, the zombie jumps up, makes a slight groan from the air pushing through his lungs, his dead lungs. And he doesn't even shuffle. He walks almost normally and opens up the door like a normal person and charges in. How far are you going to make him go?
Just a short distance, probably like to the end of the hall.
To the end of the hall?
Yeah, like
Well, the door
Okay.
opens into a small lobby, so I mean, he won't go too
Oh.
far.
short distance into the lobby.
Okay, so he enters into the back lobby. And Aster Smith, what are you doing?
I'm gonna
So-
follow in, but be
so-
careful.
Well, something else is getting ready to happen. So you're not going to wait to see what happens. You're going to follow him immediately. Cool. I like that idea.
Whoa, he didn't let me finish.
Huh?
I mean, I'm not gonna like immediately just bust in, but if everyone's kind of like slowly
could-
making their way.
Well, you're next. You see the zombie go up. Everybody else is just on point. Zombie goes in. You said you're going to follow him, so you follow him.
Well, yeah, well, I'm gonna go. I want
Okay.
to look inside and go
So-
in.
Well, you move behind him. You're inside. What are you going to do? You get a second action. You see guns pointed at you, and him too, of course. The zombie.
Oh, well, now I'm gonna just go back out.
So you go in and leap back out.
Yep.
Okay. And at that point, you hear gunfire going off.
Yep.
see
I'm gonna let
yours-
that zombie handle it.
You hear at least one machine gun going and maybe some pistols and shotgun. And you see your zombie guys getting riddled. And that's at the end of their round. Well, that's at the end of your round. We're going to cut back over to Howl next because let's see what Howl's going to do in this dire situation.
So
You saw them at the end of the hall. Basically, at the beginning of this round is when you see them as they're moving in, and they see you as you finish
It's
the last edges of your
Capone.
rope.
it's
Capone,
Capone,
yeah, Capone himself,
Alexander.
and at least one guard. You can't see behind him because they're coming downstairs, but you see those 3 right now. It looked like they were in a rush till they saw the damage of the wall caved in the middle of their hallway, and you desperately trying to break through the rope binds around your wrists. And they snap, and you're ready to act. You suspect they're heading for their secret tunnels is why they're down here. You know about the secret tunnels because you've been stuck down here for a while and you worked in the green mill for a while. So you know all about the secret tunnels, and Al Capone uses them to escape bad things happening to the joint.
Since this is my first game, I do want a little bit clarification on the magic system. With my secondary magics, do I need to use my primary for them to function?
Yes. So you got to use your primary magic. The other two are secondary and they support the primary, your primary discipline. So each mage has an innate ability to cast a certain style of magic. You chose summoning or ritual magic. So ritual magic covers not only summoning, so you could summon pretty much at will. Other people can't. You can summon pretty much whatever you want as long as you've seen it before and know what it is and have knowledge about it. You could even summon people you know. It might take them a while to get to you, but if you summon them, they'll have an innate urge in their system to find you at whatever cost. That sort of thing, depending on how much power you put into the spell.
If I summon someone using and synergize it with control, does that put them underneath my control?
Yes, that's what control is. Control is a secondary. You can control what you summon.
In that regard, then,
it's especially good if you summon a demon because you don't want a demon killing you.
in that regard, and it's just a person I know. They don't have to agree to it, right? They don't need a consent.
Right, they don't need to consent. Control magic affects the mind. So the only thing that you have to be sure of is that person that you summon or creature that you summon understands you. If they don't understand you, your control might not work.
All righty.
So you can cast or summon magic on the individuals in front of you, at least one of them, or if you put enough points of power into it, all three of them, and then make them do your bidding if you really want. They'll feel compelled to approach you, and then you can control them to help you if you wanted.
I'm going to summon Al Capone.
You're going to summon Al Capone?
Yes. And synergize it with control so that he is underneath my thrall.
All right, I got to do one thing first. I got to make a roll on that rune that was on your door. Let's see if it's still working. But how many points are you putting into it to cast a summon spell on Al Capone himself?
I am putting 3 points because it's do or die time.
Okay, so you're putting 3 points into it. And you're synergizing with control, so you get a +10 bonus to your magic skill roll. What's your magic skill?
My magic skill as a whole. Let me head over to my skill table real quick. Oh, my skill bonus with those is 20.
Your skill bonus is 20. What's your skill? Do you remember asking me? I can call it the character sheet. Where are your skills? Okay, so mental group control skill, ritual magic. You have a 64% chance out of 100.
All right.
Now, since you're synergizing with control, that's +10 point bonus to your skill roll. So your skill's 74. So you got to roll 74 or under.
I rolled a 46.
46 is a success. Now let's see if you defeat Al Capone's own willpower. And you do. And the spell mystically works even though you had a rune on your door, but the rune got damaged when you kicked the wall down. So you got lucky there.
Beautiful.
All right, you cast your summoning spell. All of a sudden his eyes jerk to you as he was surveying the damage and he starts moving towards you. Yeah, what are you going to control him to do?
He's armed, of course, right?
Yes. You see he has a .45 service pistol in his hand and out, but it's pointed at the ground right now. He kind of like pushes past the guard towards you as you summon him.
I'm gonna have him shoot Alexander.
You're going to have him shoot Alexander. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you control him to shoot Alexander. So instead of pushing past his guard, because this is all pretty much instantaneous as you cast your spell. Oh, you spent 3 spell points, right? Or 3?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 power points. How many power points do you have total?
In total, that's down here. I have 5.
You have 5 total. Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you need to make a roll on the fatigue table because all this may be for naught if you pass out. So the fatigue table, roll a D100, 1 to 100, and let me
Okay.
know it. And let me know what you got. Roll high.
All right.
High is better.
I got a 41.
Ooh, not good. You pass out cold. No, just kidding. No, you get vertigo for 1d4 rounds, and it's 2 rounds. You have vertigo, so you feel really dizzy, and it gives you
Just
a mind.
like real life. Fantastic.
Yeah, you get really dizzy. You got vertigo after coursing all of that 3 power points through your body to cast this powerful spell. It did good though. You've got solid control over Alphonse Capone, and it'll last for 3 rounds. But you have you've got vertigo, so any further actions you have for the next 2 rounds are at -20.
All right.
That's all it's going to really affect you with is a -20 to any skill roll you happen to take or any magic roll you happen to take after this. So Alphonse Capone spins around and fires at Alexander. And you actually catch Alexander by surprise. He's looking at him in shock, like, what the hell? But he made his intellect check, so he knows exactly what's going on. And he failed his defensive roll and gets shot by Al Capone's pistol. You see Al Capone spin around and shoots him right in the chest. And you see blood starting to stain his shirt
Beautiful.
and jacket. All right, new round. Nicholas is smiling. I wonder why.
Nick, are you proud of me?
Very. 2 people I dislike very much just injured each other.
Not
Well,
only
kind of.
that, full control over Alphonse Capone for 3 straight rounds.
I have a 13 for my initiative.
Well played with that use of skill.
New round, roll initiative, new round.
Yep, new initiative, roll round. New round, roll initiative. I can't
9.
talk. And we're still missing Aether King.
I got a
Probably fell
13 for
asleep.
my initiative.
Yep, she fell asleep.
Definitely fell asleep.
So we might have to end soon.
It's
Get it.
all that fatigue that she racked up.
Cleaning fish tanks. She got tired her out. Okay, so what'd you get, Aster?
I got a 9.
A 9. And Nicholas?
13.
13. And what'd you get?
You're muted again.
What'd you get?
I got a 5 again.
You got a 5.
Mm-hmm.
That means they get to go before you do. Seth gets to go first with a 13. Sam and Dean go at 9. So at 13, Seth already at the edge of the doorway after seeing your zombie's still standing, by the way.
Does Al Capone go before or after me?
He goes before you. Well, he doesn't go before you. He doesn't have an initiative. His initiative is your initiative.
All right.
Yeah, because you control him like a puppet.
Yay.
You're the puppet master for the next 3 rounds.
Yep.
All right, so Seth takes a shot. He leans in. Your zombie's still standing. It barely took any damage to come even close to 27 hit points. He only got hit really 3 times out of the hail of bullets that were fired at him. And he shoots at the machine gun guy in the lobby. Should I do an aim shot? Yeah, why not? I'm going to do an aim shot for the head. His skill's pretty high.
I believe Seth can do it.
I just hit within like 5 points. Headshot damage. He grunts out under clenched teeth, got one. Yeah, what was your initiative again, Nicholas?
13.
13, you're up to. Same move as
Which
his.
works out great because I peek around the corner and command the zombie to tackle.
You see two
Can I
more.
identify-
You see 2 more guards standing. One of them's down with his head exploded from a high caliber
And-
bullet.
What guns does it appear the other 2 guards have? Pistols?
One has a pistol, the other one has a shotgun.
I command the zombie to tackle the one with the shotgun.
Okay, the zombie lurches forward and go ahead and make your roll.
What should I be rolling for this?
Just your standard skill roll for the spell.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not actually casting a new spell, but you're just controlling the spell that you already cast at last 3 rounds.
78 against the 83.
Okay. He charges into the guy with the shotgun. He's going to make his dodge check and failed. Your zombie tackles him. You see the shotgun go flying off, skittering across the floor. Nice floor, by the way, marble tiles.
Oh.
Now coated
Nice.
with blood from the guy's head. Okay, so that was your action. Sam and Dean going 9. When do you go, Aster?
9.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. So it's safe to peek in, but it's not safe to go in.
You can go in and attack,
And then, but
but if you're not, if you don't go in, you can't attack
hmm,
because you got too many people surrounding the door right now. Even Nicholas is in the way.
I'm just gonna stay here and rest. Hopefully, well, I know that 10 minutes isn't gonna go by during combat rounds, but I'm just gonna
You
prepare
can
myself.
you can comfort Aether as she gently weeps on the ground.
Yeah. Maybe wake her up.
Go say so. You're gonna. You could say you're delaying your action in case somebody comes out.
Yeah, that's
Now-
what I'm gonna do.
That way you don't have to give up your turn entirely because if somebody should happen to charge out of the building, you've delayed your turn and you can act appropriately then.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so you're delaying your action. And
Yeah.
then you guys already went. Sam and Dean take pot shots at the guy with the pistol since he's still standing. Sam hit easily and Dean crit failed.
Another magazine falling out of the gun.
Rolled a 98, almost double up. All right. He stumbles, kind of trips a little bit on the people like surrounding the doorway and backs back out. He won't be able to act for a round. Sam shoots the guy. Sam's on his own shotgun and fires. The damage does. You see him open the guy's chest up. Blood sprays the back wall. This nice big not picture window, but mirror, very large mirror on the back wall of the lobby. Gets sprayed with his bad guy's blood. Okay. Alexander shot eyeballs directly on you, Howell. He gets to go. He gets to go before you. You know from reading his aura for the last few days, he's a air mage, and you feel something tightening around your neck, the very air. and getting really tight. Basically so tight that it'll constrict your lungs and your ability to speak or talk and eventually strangle you to death. You feel an incredible amount of force on it too, that he's like possibly putting a lot of power into it. You're not quite sure how much. But you do get to make a defensive roll. I don't know if you have any defensive type skills. If you don't have anything like dodge as a skill, then you can easily go ahead and make a roll against your willpower to try and resist the magic. Up to you.
All right.
A skill roll would be better, but you can still make a D10 roll against your willpower.
So my willpower is 6, and then I get +1 to that.
Okay, so you got to roll a 7 or under.
For my D6, right?
No, D10.
No, from
Yeah, all attributes are a D10 roll.
I actually rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6 even, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you attempt
Oh
to.
wait, no. Yeah, I rolled a 6.
Okay,
Oh.
you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, sure you didn't roll like a 10?
No, I did not roll a 10.
Well, that's no fun. Okay, so you roll a D6 to resist against this thing from strangling you, and you succeed. But you are still bound by it, so you're unable to talk. But you're still able to breathe, so you didn't take any damage this turn. He still grappled you with it, and that was successful, but it didn't cause any damage this round because of your defensive roll. And now it's your turn. The other-
Do I need to speak to control my thrall?
Yes. That's what control is all about. He needs to be able to understand you. And you don't have the power to mind meld, so you have to actually speak out loud to tell him what to do. So basically how it went down last round is you said, Alphonse Capone, come to me and shoot him. And that was your action and that was your spell. And so he turned around and shot him, fully under your control. So he's still under your control, waiting for your next order is what he's doing. You can try something else since you can't talk.
He can so he is
You got to keep in mind, Alexander, as soon as you cast a spell, knew exactly what you were doing. That's why he took his action, to stop you from continuing to control Alphonse Capone.
Can Al Capone see me?
He's facing Alexander right now with the gun. Decisions. You can always
It's an
try.
empty hallway, right?
You can always try and cast a new spell. No, you can't talk though, so you can't really control anything. You can summon, but you can't control unless you can speak to whoever it is you're summoning or whatever it is you're summoning. Yeah, if you summon something and can't control it, then it'll act of its own accord. Like let's say you decide
Am
to
I
summon.
close enough to touch the wall?
Yeah. You're close enough to you're close enough to move and fight them physically if you wanted to. Or you can run. They're blocking the one exit, but you know the other way to the secret tunnels.
Yeah. If using summoning, would I be able to like summon constructs with transmutation as a synergy?
What kind of constructs? What do you mean by constructs? You mean like elementals?
Not just like not. I mean, I guess that too. It's a good question to ask, but I meant more like if I like summon things like walls, mirrors, items, things like that. So long as I'm familiar with them.
Yes, you can. So you could summon a weapon to your hand, that sort of thing is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'd be able to like put a wall up too as well.
Yeah, you can summon a wall to block stuff. It's summoning. Anything you can pretty much summon anything. Control just allows you to control people that understand you.
Cool. I'm gonna summon a wall between me and the rest of that group.
Okay. What kind of
And then
wall?
I'm gonna run. It's gonna be, what's the ground made out of?
The ground is concrete.
Then
The
I
floor-
guess it's a concrete wall.
Yeah, the floor down here is concrete. So you're making the wall, you're summoning the wall out of the floor.
Yes.
Okay. You see
And I'm
blocks of
gonna-
the floor break apart and form a solid wall in front of you, all the way up to the ceiling. How many points you putting into it before I say all
I'm-
that?
I was gonna put in 2 PowerPoints into it.
That'll cover, I think that'll cover the distance you need. Let me look really quick.
Wait, actually, I should double check because I might not need to use that much since it's not a diameter.
Yeah, so your radius for a
Yeah,
2-point is 2 meters, which is 6 feet. So you can put a 6-foot wall in front of yourself. 6 by 6.
Yeah. All right.
So it'll be enough to slow them down for sure. It doesn't quite go all the way to the ceiling. They could climb over if they wanted to, but it's big enough to slow them down for sure for at least 2 or 3 rounds as they try and negotiate it.
That is an impressive thing to climb over a 6-foot wall with a ceiling on top of it.
Well, the ceiling is about 8 feet, so they got about a 2 foot to spare they can climb over.
Yeah, I'm sure they're small men. And well, with the wall up, and I also have to run my fatigue, right?
Yeah, you still have control over Alphonse, remember that? So even though you can't direct him, he's still under the influence of the spell for 2 more rounds. So it's not like he'll be following you over the wall.
He can stay there. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm going to make a run for it to that tunnel.
Okay, you make a run for the tunnel. It's down at the end of the hall, and you know which door it leads to the tunnel. And
Right.
you already cast a spell, so you do a normal action. You get to the doorway this round. Next round, you can go through it.
And I have to run my fatigue. And that is a 14 this time.
Ooh, that might not be good.
Ooh.
I'm exhausted.
More so than that. Minus 50% on top of the minus 20% of all checks sleep to recover. So you're exhausted, but you can still move. But any checks from now on are going to be at minus 70.
Yeah.
It'll be back down to minus 50 in another round when your other fatigue wears off. But the only way to recover from this one is sleep. So you're going to be at minus 50 to all tasks after this until you get rest. But at least you didn't pass out. That would be bad.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
All right.
That's not gonna work.
That was everybody. Everybody, all the bad guys are down on this side of the building because you just dispatched that last one. So I think this is probably a good point to stop in the middle of the battle. But since Hana's not present, since she passed out on us. And we've been going for 2 hours already, so that's a good amount of time.
So to recap, we
Mhm.
have I have 1 round left on Al Capone.
2 rounds.
2 rounds?
Yeah, he was you gave him a 3-round spell, 3 points.
Okay, so
So your control over him lasts for 3 rounds. That means for 2 more rounds, he won't follow you because you can't tell him to.
yeah.
And not only that, when it wears off, that's 2 rounds ahead of time that you can get away from them. Because odds are they're going to stop and try and figure out what's wrong with him before chasing after you.
What's the situation for Nick and Co with their zombie and
No, they finished the battle on that side of the lobby. So they killed the 3
Okay.
guards that were in the lobby, the 5 guards that were outside. There's not too many guards left, actually. There's only 20 guards here.
okay.
Yeah.
3 guards in the lobby, 5
But-
guards
but,
outside.
Yeah, you don't really know what's going on outside of what's happening down in the basement. So you
Oh no,
don't,
I'm
Yeah, I know.
asking for game notes, that's all.
player doesn't know. Game notes is fine, yes. I mean, not the player knows, not the character.
Mhm.
Were any of you guys wanting to discuss something before we end the game?
I guess just we can. I'm pretty good.
We can't continue because we kind of need Hana, so we'll just have to end at a normal 2 hours today like we've been doing.
Yeah, about 2 hours. Do we get any points?
Yes, you do. You each get 2 points. 2 experience points. Yep, and Howell gets an extra one for the ingenious use of spell casting, and so does Nicholas.
Eh,
3.
Nice, nice.
Now, what we typically do is to increase attributes. If you want to increase an attribute, it costs 10 points. And you can only increase an attribute once per game session. You have the option of either gambling points to try and increase your attribute, or you could spend the points outright. If you gamble, you have a chance of keeping the 10 points you save up. So if you have 10 points of experience, you can choose to gamble or just spend to increase an attribute point by 1. Otherwise, you can free spend and put your points into skills if you want to increase your skills or certain skills. So
yeah, I
skills,
think right now I'm just gonna hold on
Say-
to my XP.
skill points are point for point. I may end up changing the whole gambling thing for attributes further on, or finding some other restriction on attributes, because you guys are putting on attribute points quick and succeeding in all of your gambling.
Because we're picking all our dump stats right now.
Literally.
Yeah, but I
Most
think
of the stats that I picked were 3s.
I think when I put the book together, though, we'll probably end up adding the restriction in of that in order to increase an attribute point via gambling or spending, you have to role play your use of that attribute in an attempts to improve it, like through role play. Like you want to increase your might. Oh, okay, I've been working out, that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
during off time where you're not actually adventuring, you could be saying, oh, well, during this month, I'm going to be working out so that I can increase my strength. And I think that's what we'll have to implement to instead of just magically all of a sudden going from strength 3 to strength 10 overnight.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think a fair restriction is you can only raise 1 point per any one attribute.
Yeah,
period.
well, that's already in place, 1 point per
Yeah.
session, whether you gamble for it or not. But still, with the number of sessions you have, well, I guess it's fairly balanced. You're probably right, but we should still probably implement it in role play as well.
Yeah,
Since we are telling a story and we are role playing, you can role play that. Yeah, that way you're announcing ahead of time that you're attempting to increase your strength if that's the attribute you're intending to increase through gambling or whatnot.
Yeah.
That way you actually become part of the story in your growth.
Well, if
Later
it's-
down the line, can we? Oh, sorry.
Go
No, no,
ahead.
you're good. You can go first.
Later down the line, can we buy new traits?
Buy new traits? That's a good question.
Yeah, like
That's something we could probably implement. I don't have that in the rules book yet, but that is something that's a good idea to buy traits.
or spend experience to remove negative traits.
Yeah. Bad traits, remove bad traits, buy new ones. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. I think we can do that. What do you think about the system already so far?
I do think it's good. I will sit there and say there is a slight level of imbalance on based off of what's can be used for primary and secondary magics.
Mhm. It's limiting.
Yeah, but it's something to work with. It's something that doesn't necessarily need to be fixed as long as it's better explained, I guess.
Yeah.
Ahead of time.
It's really confusing I'm getting constantly confused because my primary is life because I thought it would
thought
be
your
the better primary.
I thought your primary was death because you're a necromancer.
I really don't know which one's supposed to be my primary for what I really want to do.
I understood from the beginning that you were going to be a necromancer, so death was your primary.
Okay.
Death magic allows you to raise the dead. Control allows you to control the dead. Well, not control, but force allows you to control the dead. Because control doesn't allow you to control the dead because their brains are dead. So your
And
primary,
having life allows me to help with bringing back the dead and all that.
yes, resurrection. So life magic will help you heal damage on corpses per se, because you can actually mend the meat, if you will, with life magic. So life synergizes well with death magic, but death was always your primary as far as I knew.
Okay, now I have a better understanding because I I was limiting myself way more, thinking life was more so supposed to be my primary, but if death works better as my primary, then that gives me attack spells under the poison and radiation elements
Right.
that you have marked under it.
So that's another thing you can do with your death magic is you can poison people, or in an area where there's like radiation, the radiation aspect of it, in this instance, unless you have a firm knowledge and grasp of like uranium and nuclear power and all that, radiation doesn't really enter your purview. But like since it's a game system designed for multiple genres, in a future setting, it would be radiation instead of like poison. People can use like radiation damage on their enemies.
Okay.
I do have a question regarding ritual and the way it relates to transmutation.
Right. That's something you can try and figure out and let me know, because I was clueless when Dante first mentioned it. And I didn't really see a correlation, but transmutation, if you summon something and then use transmutation against it, an example that came to mind, especially during this game session, seeing what you were going to do with your magic, the thought came about, let's say you summoned a creature or a human like Alphonse Capone, and let's say you wanted to make him more durable. You thicken his skin with transmutation, that sort of thing. So the idea was to keep the magic system open so that people could use their primary and focus all of their work on their primary discipline, and use secondary systems to try and improve upon their primary and make the spells they use for their primary better, so that primary wasn't just associated with that one thing, because that was even more limiting. So like with an air mage, okay, so I can move the air, but what can I really do with it? And then let's say you have like force, which is what the guy used against you. He controlled air around your neck and then used force to tighten it, and that sort of thing, so that you can come up with new ways to use these. Or like Hana used to use force and air to make air bolts. So it allows you to think of ways that you can use that transmutation to improve your summoning. Now, summoning is not just a ritual. Discipline is not just summoning per se. It allows you to summon inanimate objects, people, places, or people and things. It also allows you to do or perform ritualized magic. So in other words, you gain bonuses where everybody else doesn't in creating magic items, because you can summon the materials to you. And
so I was going to ask if I need to do ritual magic, say I find a ritual to change someone, like to here's a good example, I guess. In D&D how there's a ritual to become a lich.
Right. That would be under the purview of your ritual discipline. So you would be able to, create liches or create a lich out of yourself. You would need help though with the ritual magic, because of what you have. One, you don't have death magic, which you would need, but because of the rituals that you would employ to create it, you can use help. And that was another thing of the system that I don't have defined yet. But creating ritual magic, let's say you want to create a 10-point or a 5-point power ring. that could take a regular mage all by himself years to complete. But you can invite other mages to the table that have the disciplines you need to create magic rings. So let's say you wanted a 5-point magic ring that also controlled the air. You know, a specific type of ring, you would need an air mage to help you. So with ritual magic, you understand and can control the rituals. You can even create your own rituals, whereas other people have to find a ritual, figure out how to use it and employ it, and then invite everybody they need in to do it. You, as a ritual mage, can summon the items you need.
Cool. So that does mean in theory I could create rituals to transform people, creatures into new things.
Yes, transformation would help you in that regards. And there you go with the synergy. That's kind of how the system is designed to work. I just
Great,
don't
that's
have it,
exactly what I was hoping for when I put them together.
but that's why I set it up that way so that you're not like an air mage is just specific to air. That air could do many great things if you synergize with different disciplines. It's like Astra Smith can use her water magic to shoot a water bullet at somebody that heals them, because she also has life.
Which I find hilarious.
Yeah, so you can shoot them and heal them at the same time.
Yep.
I have something that I want to bring up that me and Dante were kind of just like throwing around when we were talking.
Mhm.
The possibility of moving a secondary up to like a primary so that you could like expand your field of magic a little bit. Like say I'd be able to move life into a primary and do like full healing alongside my death magic. But like with what you were saying about how you want to make the changes to ability points buying,
That's
maybe
where
make it a montage and like a heavy EXP sink.
I don't want to like move the primary, because that's kind of the discipline in essence. That's what your body's capable of doing.
Okay.
But perhaps it might be a good thing to be able to swap out sub-disciplines, because all the sub-disciplines you don't have any actual power or innate ability with the sub-disciplines. They just help you with your knowledge with them to improve your
Okay.
primary. So in essence, you could buy through experience points the skill of learning more sub-disciplines. So
Okay.
you can add those to your repertoire. That might be a good thing to do. That way the primary stays the primary as it was intended, what your capability of controlling. Because like even Gandalf he's a nature mage. He can't really go out beyond the realms of being a nature mage. And that's kind of how I developed the system to be somewhat like that.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm already determined to become a monster, so
with those disciplines, you shouldn't have a problem with it. Turn yourself into a lich if you want.
oh, I meant figuratively, but literally is not off the table.
There you go.
I'm not playing a good person.
That's quite all right.
We got two questionable morals here, but I am killing people left and right. But I'm choosing not to see it.
Well, you,
My morals are about to get much darker with my understanding of my abilities.
hey, Nick,
Yeah.
villain arc, let's go.
Yeah. There's always a villain arc waiting to happen.
Thomas, when have we not gone villain arc, technically speaking? Like, even when we're good, we're like, are we though?
well,
I'm
Nicholas,
literally over here just murdering people, so left and right.
The ends justify the means.
Oh my god. And it's always so graphic.
I just can't believe you
Like,
guys.
I'm gonna be.
I just can't believe you
Okay.
guys survived this far. I tried to kill you off. It didn't work.
I'm gonna be honest, if Alexander hadn't taken my ability to sneak away, I was gonna use Al Capone as a hostage. I just saw Alexander because my character was like, "Yeah, that's a fucking mage. Let's
Well,
not deal with
go-
that."
Go ahead and make an intellect check real quick. D10 against your intellect,
All right now.
because you have some inside knowledge from being there for a while and seeing their operation.
Uh, I can just find where my stats are.
D10 against your intellect.
My it's 7 plus 2, which is 9, and I rolled an 8.
Okay, so you made it. You get basically what happens is your knowledge. Alexander doesn't give a lick about Al Capone. He's only using Al Capone for his own ends. Basically, the manpower to hunt for the torc. Now that he's got the torc, he doesn't give a lick about Al Capone whatsoever. You already know that, and you know that you've been hearing the rumors from the guards that he's only doing this to raise his wife and child from the dead who died during the big change when magic entered.
Oh, then it's great. He's the one I shot.
Mhm. So that's all he's in it for. And he's using the mob for his own purposes. He doesn't care about Al Capone whatsoever. He's just a ends to meet. But this is inside knowledge you have from being there, hearing the guards talk, listening to Alexander himself talk, and Al Capone, who has talked to you on at least a couple of occasions. So that's your inside knowledge. Al Capone is using him because he can cast magic.
From my time there, what was the treatment my character was given as a captive? Because I know the end goal was on Al Capone's part was to make me in his service.
Yeah, they haven't beat you or anything out of that nature, but they have you very controlled. They've made sure you're basically can't move your arms, your feet, and have kept you gagged at all times unless Alexander was present.
So
even
the
though they-
moment that I wasn't bound and gagged, they regretted it immediately. Great.
Yeah, so even though you were bound and gagged in the room, there was also a rune on your door. You suspect it was for some purpose to control you. You're not sure how. Yeah, but you do know there was magic on the rune. You do know, oh yeah, I almost forgot the most important part. We'll have to repeat it next game session when Heather's here. There's another magic user, spellcaster type that operated in this place, the Green Mill. You know this spellcaster is the one that put the rune on the door, and his name was Ian Holderman.
All right.
Yeah, you didn't see him that often. He came in only one day, along with Al Capone and Alexander, and he's the one that carved the rune into the door and mumbled something like "That'll keep her," or him. But you didn't see him in the group that was attempting to leave through the tunnels. It was only those three. You're not sure if there were any more behind them up the stairs, but those are the only three you saw. You might have stopped him from escaping with that wall. Any more questions before we stop?
I think I'm good.
I'm good now.
I'll go ahead and stop the stream now then.
That's
See everybody next time. For those that might be listening or watching the video later on,
au revoir.
stream is ended. Recording stopped.